Hello and welcome to Clogsports, your ultimate and number one sports show in the nation. My name is Nanaya Asari. As always, it's a pleasure to come to your homes, to come on your phones, to come on your screens, to bring you the best in the world of sports. Today, I'm out for we'll be finding out why they're actually angry, whether maybe the Black Star squad list that actually came out didn't feature some of the players that they thought would have actually been in the squad, or whether it's for other reasons, maybe myself being the victim or the cause of that particular reason why they are upset. And I'm talking about my guest in the studio. I'm talking about Champion Benito, the champion of champions, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. Guys, hello. It's a beautiful afternoon, isn't it?
Fantastic by all standards.
Yes. It's a wonderful Wednesday afternoon.
Yes.
Very wonderful.
Oh,
we are okay.
Yeah.
No one is angry. Okay.
Benito.
I was surprised when you said
I'm
up for it. Maybe it's from
your guilty conscience there.
Maybe.
We are okay. We are super fantastic. Okay.
Yes. We are okay, and I hope you're okay too. Watching us live on Clogsports. We're also live on Facebook. If you go to Facebook and search for Clogsports or Clog TV, you'll be able to watch us live. If you go on YouTube as well, John has made it possible that we are streaming live and we are live on air. That is. So we'll get straight into it. Black Star squad has been brought for the World Cup qualifications. The Black Stars will try to make it 5 out of 6 when they meet against Chad and then they meet against Mali. On 4th September, the Black Stars will be traveling to the Central African Republic to host or to play Chad, where they await them as well. Then just some few days after, we'll be coming home at the Accra Sports Stadium to play against Mali. And these two matches have the tendency to make or break our qualification hopes, which I think a lot of people should assume that maybe we are 60% there and not all the way there. Guys, I don't know your thoughts about that particular one.
Thank you very much. Let's start by greeting our people watching us live on Facebook and also Clog TV. We are always grateful. The outcome is very, very great. Finally, the squad is in. Yesterday, we were able to see the squad from Coach Otoado and the technical team. It's a beautiful squad and a very nice squad facing Chad and Mali. I think per the squad that I've seen, I think we can get the best starting 11 out of it, where we can beat Chad and Mali very well. So I think it's a very perfect squad. I think there were some 2 players that were not called, but later I saw the communication director on his Facebook page stating the reason why these people were not called. But aside that, and I think the squad is good to go, from the goalkeeper to the last man who is being called. I think it's a perfect squad for me.
Benito.
Yes, and as usual, a very good afternoon to our viewers. And then, in the last 5 years, personally, I've stopped discussing about national team call-ups and other stuff. Because if you like it or not, it would definitely and obviously have victims and players people might not be expecting.
But there are some glaring ones that you see and then you say that, okay, this person should have been in the squad.
Yeah, you are right. But a major part of it depends on the said coaches. And so if, let's say, for instance, Ochoado says, this player fits my style and I would need him during this double header, we have no qualms with him because he understands those players very well and knows their quality and how they can help him probably qualify Ghana to the World Cup. The only thing we should be concerned with is their performances. Yes, and so whilst I was coming to office, I felt one thing in me after going through the squad and reflecting on so many things. It was very simple, and it's that their performances to qualify us should be the only thing that matters most, and not the squad. And so, and going through the squad, with the exception of Derrick Coon, all other players, we've seen them like within the Black Star setup. Most especially, about 15 of them, they've cemented their place when we're talking about Black Stars. So it tells us one thing: the coach knows the core of the team, and he knows the individual players that would help him achieve the main target, in this case, qualifying Ghana to the 2026 World Cup. It's a great squad with individual prospect and qualities. Just hoping and believing that they will help Ghana qualify for 2026 World Cup, of which, as we rightly said, I think it's over 60%. Because looking at the table and these two matches, playing against Chad away, it shouldn't be a problem for the Black Stars. Playing Mali at home shouldn't be a problem. At this point, with about 15 points, whereas the second placed country has 12 points, if we're able to have one win and a draw, it's enough to qualify us for the World Cup.
What do you think? Do you think the Black Stars will qualify for the World Cup? Or maybe there are going to be some slip-ups along the way? We all hope to be in America, Canada, and Mexico come 2026, and then that's all we are hoping for. But what do you think? Let us know your comments. Let us know your thoughts as well. Text us on WhatsApp 0500500421. I'll be kind enough to read your messages for us. So let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments. Keep them coming in. As the Black Stars going to finally qualify come the 8th of September when these two international games are over? Or do you think maybe there are going to be some slip-ups? Do you think the Black Stars may once again flatter to deceive just like they did for the Africa Cup of Nations? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments. The numbers are on your screen. 005000421 is the number you should text us on. You should also send messages on Facebook and on YouTube as well, and we'll be able to read it for you. Now, we are talking about the squads. Now, let's have a look at the squads that are in question that we've been talking about. In goalkeeping position, we have Lawrence Atizigi in there as well. We have Joseph Annan, and then we have
Benjamin
Asare,
yes. So when you look at this squad, do you think it's strong enough? Lawrence Atizigi of St. Gallen, Joseph Annan of St. Patrick's Athletic, and in Scotland, and Benjamin Asare of Accra Hearts of Oak. When it comes to defenders, we have Gideon Mensah of AJ Auxerre, Derek Arthur Cohn, that's his first call-up of Union Berlin, a very beautiful left-back. Mohamed Salisu of AS Monaco, Jerome Mopoko of Istanbul, Basak Shehi, and Alexander Jiko of Fenerbahce, Jonas Ajite of FC Basel, Tariq Lamptey of Brighton and Hove Albion, and Caleb Urinchi of FC North Island. Caleb Urinchi, we actually saw him debuting in the previous call-up for the Black Stars.
During the Unity Cup.
Yes, he did very well. Now in midfield, we have the return of Elisha Owusu, who has come back strongly, Mohamed Kudus of Tottenham Hotspur, Ibrahim Osman of AJ Auxerre, and Ibrahim Suleiman of Atalanta, and Thomas Taipate of Villarreal, and Abdul Saleh Samed of OGC Nice. Another player that's playing his trade for Atalanta wasn't called up. I don't know whether you have any thoughts or concerns about that particular one, but let's go to the forwards. Antoine Semenyo, who is in record form for Bournemouth, Kamaldeen Sulemana of Atlanta, Bemagotista, Joseph Pencil of LA Galaxy, all come back to him, Jerry Friye of Raoul Louvière in Belgium, and Jordan Ayew of Leicester City, Christopher Bonsuba of Al Qadsiya. He left Belgium, he left Genk to play straight with Al Qadsiya. And then we have Iñaki Williams of Athletic Bilbao. So that's a very strong squad list. And then let's look at how the team is going to train. Is that on Sunday and Monday, 31st August and 1st September, the players are going to arrive. On Monday, 1st September, then we have our first training at Accra Sports Stadium. Tuesday, 2nd September, we have training at Accra Sports Stadium again. And then we'll travel to N'Djamena in Chad. We have Wednesday, 3rd September, another training in N'Djamena. And then Thursday, 4th September, we have match day versus Chad. And then we'll see Friday, there's a recovery session in Accra. So right after the game at Chad, we'll travel back to Ghana and then have a recovery session in Accra. And on Saturday, 6th September, training at Accra Sports Stadium. Sunday, 7th September, another training at Accra Sports Stadium. And then Monday, 8th September, we have match day versus Mali. Let's know your thoughts and concerns. The program lineup for the Black Stars, and then the squad list. Let me hear your thoughts on the squad list in particular. Lineup.
For the squad list, as I said earlier on, and Benito said it's no news. We have our big guys in. the Kudus, the Parties, the Iñakis, the Asaris, and the Salisu, and those kind of the Gideon. Mr. Banana, I think there's only one problem I have with this squad. Abdul Samad Salis. I think I'm this new guy now, who plays in Spain.
Role of Yedo, Kwesisibo.
I think Nana, no disrespect to Ahmed, but he has done a lot for the Blasters, and we've seen a lot of him. So if we invite the new guys, as I said earlier when I saw the communication director releasing a communique that the GFA and the technical team are watching Kwesi Sibu, but I'm sure they've when he was at Division 2 in Spain. They've already watched him already. So for him saying that thing, I think it was, I didn't buy that idea because he could have been part of the squad. Spain has played 2 matches in La Liga and we saw him against Real Madrid. He played very well, which he even exchange his jersey with Mbappe. It's easy. Exchanging your jersey with Mbappe, it means you did very well on that day. So I think,
well, it may mean a lot of things, but I mean,
so I think for him not being part of this squad, and I think they have not been fair to him because we've seen a lot of Salis. Salis just signed for a new club recently, which is now trying to
also another newly promoted side in France,
trying to get his rhythm in the team. So for that guy, other than team through relegation coming to the Spanish La Liga, now you could see he has really done well in the team. But all the same, we're just hoping for the best. And Razak Simpson was not part of the squad because our league is over and there's no motto for Nibi, so there's no playing time for him. That's why I'm sure he was dropped. But all the same, I think 25 squad is good. We're just hoping that that the 2 matches in the starting 11, the coach will not be partial, will be fair to select the people so that we win that 2 matches, so that the 3 of us can, next year.
Yeah, immediately we win, we are just taking our passports straight to the American embassy.
So we are yet to decide where to go. Maybe you will call Canada and now USA.
I mean, visa not for all. That would be another discussion.
It will be okay for us.
My dad used to say something. He says that between the cup and the lip, there is many a slip.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get a chilled bottle of beverage and then you think that, I'm going to enjoy it. Pour in your glass, just as you're about drinking it and a fly drops in. And never be bad. So say, was shouting. Okay, all right. Benito, your thoughts on the squad.
Yes, as I said earlier, after going through this latest squad, I do not have any surprises because with Sally's situation, as landlord was talking about, I think and believe that he's more proven in the Black Star setup than Kwesi Zibo. I'm not disputing his qualities or his performance. Yes, he's performing very well for his team, Real Oviedo. But when we're talking about the Black Stars and the circumstances within the Black Star setup, it's not just a mere place for anyone at all. And so, if, for instance, you on the scale, you have Kwesi Zibo and then Abdul Salis, for instance.
Salis was performed at the World Cup for Black Stars.
He's more proven when we're talking about the Black Stars. And so, just that, I'm not here to defend anyone or probably do the PR for Coach Otuado. But from my journalistic point of view, I think that it could be one of the contributing factors why Zibo wasn't called, yet we see Abdul Salis in the squad. We with the projection, it tells me one thing, that we will be able to produce our quality 11, irrespective of every situation, from the goalkeeping department to defense to midfield to attack. We have quality players within which, out of these players, we can make up one of our best 11s to play for the Black Stars come 4th September. There is one thing I'm just anticipating. Just have a convincing win against Chad. If you're able to do that thing, it will put enough pressure on the Malians, most especially coming to Accra to play against them. Right at that win, and here now back we see qualification. Yes, because I know what I'm talking about. If we're able to win that game convincingly, not as though if I say Pechini, I say one goal. No. But if you're able to reflect these
you're able
performances,
to play with swagger, you're able to play
that
with
is the word.
Confidence.
Yes. You described Antoine Semenyo from a particular contest. I loved it. Can you repeat it?
He's in red hot form.
That is, you see, so if you are in that that description, I loved it.
Yeah.
So if you are indeed on this description, Nana is giving you
English teacher.
Yes, the English teacher. Just reflect it. It shouldn't be seen only at the Vitality Stadium or only in the English Premier League. When you come to the Black Stars,
It should be seen at the N'Djamena.
Exactly.
It should be seen at the Clogsports Stadium.
yes.
And it should be seen at Baba Yara too. If
My only problem is that this N'Djamena, the particular stadium or turf they will be playing on would be an AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And within this period, most of our players are foreign based.
Yeah.
And so let's ask ourselves, how many of them frequently plays on AstroTurf?
Yeah.
And for everyone that knows this football techniques and stuff,
Yeah.
there is a difference between the
Ball
natural
bouncing
turf, yes,
on natural grass.
yes,
And,
and
the ball
the
bouncing
AstroTurf.
on AstroTurf.
And I think that it was major part why they didn't call Abdul Fattah Isaac because he recently recovered from
Yes,
ACL.
from
And if you have such an injury, it's not pleasant for you medically.
The same as Ali Duseidu as well.
You are right. And so the only thing or concern we should pay attention to should be the turf. Playing on that AstroTurf. If care is not taken, very tricky boys in Ekaka. Because frequently they've been playing on the natural grass and in fact within this enclave where they most of times train at the Clogsports Stadium, it's natural. At the Babaya Stadium, it is natural. Legon Stadium is natural. And so I'm sure the technical handlers would find strategies as to how they would be used to the playing on the AstroTurf.
But you should also know that as well, Landlord, you believe that they are professional players. And as such, being professional, you should be able to come up with anything or maybe make do or adjust to anything that comes to you. As a professional player, before coming up to the elite level, you may have played at Sakura Parks, you may have played on AstroTurfs, you may have played, applied your trade in mostly different situations, but the standards are different, the feel of the turf is different. But as a professional player, you should think that they should be able to adjust and put on a beautiful display.
But it's true that as a professional player, you need to adjust. Players, maybe with the pedigree, I think say they can adjust very well, and we need this win to qualify next year. It's been a long time because still now we are still fighting for Bring Back the Love, and we could see that Manchester United, we all saw the love that they had when they played at Clogsports Stadium. So I think it's for them to compromise and also be a professional player. I think they can do it. Deep down my heart, and I know say we're going to have something sweet that 2 days now. I think so. Ghanaians should just relax for them. They will do it. As Coach Otado said, like he believes in the boys. And so them be professional players in Ghana. I think they can compromise and play on the pitch for us too, because it's not easy playing at TIFF. It's not easy, but they are professional players, and as a professional as they are, they can compromise.
As professional as they are, they can compromise. They should be able to give the Ghanaian faithful or us the victory, the 3 points, and the hope to go to America, Canada, and Mexico for the 2026 World Cup. A lot of us have already packed our bags. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments. 0500500421. You can send us a message on WhatsApp. You can also text us on Facebook and on YouTube, Clock TV. You go there, you'll be able to watch us live. Guys, let's turn our attentions a little bit away from the Black Stars and let's shift to something that has been happening or been in the news for quite some time now. Accra Hearts of Oak, Rene Hiddink. Accra Hearts of Oak, Rene Hiddink. And now Rene Hiddink has actually come out to say that he's not agreeing with the settlement proposal that Accra Hearts of Oak are actually bringing to the fore to him. He says that he's sticking to the $150,000 United States dollars sanction that the FIFA has actually set on Accra Hearts of Oak, and the transfer ban. He says, pay me my money based on FIFA's ruling, and I don't want any out-of-court settlement. What are your thoughts on that?
Landlord, I say you. Oh my God. You know, I'm not surprised about what he's doing because this could have ended in peace if House of Folk did not release that statement. I think right now House of Folk is begging him, but he said it's on TRC. So if FIFA releases statements in the first, and if they could have reached out to him first before releasing their statement, and I think it would have been perfect for House of Folk. But right now, he said he wants his money or House of Folk will be dissolved. I will not say much about this thing. I think it's a big blow for Accra House of Folk. One, I think I and Benito sat here and we told them, say, the release was bad, the timing was bad.
No, if you know you're going to actually beg, why do you release such a statement to just like to spite him, to throw some sand in his gary? That's more sanction.
Because you're registered players. So I think said right now they have no option to find the money and give it to the coach. And then I saw something on social media.
Tell us.
If it is true, they are. I think some of the fans are also trying to raise fans to support this.
For a club like Accra Hearts of Oak.
No, it happens in Europe. I know one team, they were going to buy players. There were supporters that came around, purchased, bought money, and they
but
it's not like, okay, I don't know. It's not like House of Folk doesn't have the money, but they're also trying their possible best. So we love the club, so we just want to support the club. So I'm just hoping that what I saw it is true, so that all of us can contribute.
But you as a fan, how much are you contributing to?
When we get there, we'll cross.
No, tell us.
No,
so that we can hold
maybe I might pay all for them.
All for them.
Yeah, I might pay for them. Benito will support me.
Benito.
No.
Let me hear
I'm not supporting this.
I mean, for a club of Accra Hearts of Oak stage, you shouldn't be appealing for funds, or funds shouldn't be the one to pay for managerial and then operational inefficiencies. Yes. It doesn't speak right about the club.
That is
and
exactly
the ownership
my point.
structure.
And I think I share similar sentiments with you. You see, you can be comparing clubs with their fans buying players for them and understand.
Yeah.
I understand. But not from this angle. Because, one, you hired this coach for like 3 years.
For 8 months in 2023.
Yes, right after 8 months, you unlawfully terminated his contract.
Exactly.
That is the problem I have with our clubs. The moment unlawfully you terminate someone's contract, even if the person do not take action within that same period, one day it will come back against you. So just imagine after about 2 years now, this is the time for the man to strike.
Yeah.
And you see, I said this thing on another platform that release from Hearts of Folk destroyed everything.
Yeah.
It was as though they were trying to tell the whole world that they've outsmarted FIFA.
Yeah.
How can you do that? No. Because FIFA holds every information about every player in this world. And if, for instance, you bought Nana Asari within this period, you think you've registered him already, so FIFA can't place anything on the player. It's a lie. Yes, because within that space of time, they can go through the system and know whatever thing you did, that is in terms of transaction, whatever thing you did within that space of time, the players you bought, probably the players you sold. And I've said this thing on so many occasions that I don't know why it keeps happening. This isn't the first time.
But let's not just end it right there. Just because you brought unlawful termination up. Now we've seen that this is sort of being the status quo of clubs, the big clubs, especially in Ghana. We saw Accra Hearts of Oak this season. They let go of 13 players. Last season, at the end of the season, they let go of 16 players. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, similar numbers. This season, they let go of 11 players. Last season, they let go of 14 players or so. Now, if the termination procedures and all that, and these players feel begrudged, because I'm sure that this particular case is going to set a precedent to other issues that will come up, because other people will come and say that, okay, we were also unlawfully terminated, and then the clubs will...
And these are clubs, do they learn from these precedents?
No, because
they do not learn. Because this is the first time this House of Folk team is set to be paying judgment debt or something. And in fact, if this answer Namkwemumba, yes.
Tell us.
I know of a player. His contract termination has been on and off.
With the Crowds of Oak?
Yes.
Abdulaziz Nuruddin, is that him?
No. For him, it's on the call. He signs for Adriana Stars.
Yeah, he signed for Adriana Stars.
Yeah. Only he loved the club so much that he wouldn't take any legal action against them. Yes, I can say that for a fact.
But there was an unlawful termination over there. And some of these terminations, they may come out on paper and then tell you mutual agreement termination. But that's the communique of the club. But the player doesn't feel it was a mutual agreement.
Exactly.
And if he takes it up to FIFA, you sign me for 3 years, and then in 8 months you've terminated my contract without my admission or without my consent and all that. Then it becomes a problem.
That is why I still don't understand how these clubs do their negotiations. There is a one at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They signed a player for like 2 years. After 2 months, they've terminated his contract.
This
not long ago. Not long ago. And that one too
is on his way coming.
So I normally ask myself, do they not have legal brains around their teams? How do they do their negotiations? And with respect to the contract they have with their players and staff, what goes into it? I do not understand. Because anyway, no disrespect to the managers of Atufo, but then with their expertise and with their information and how to run clubs and other stuff, manage club. There are certain situations we will know how to deal with it. And the problem is, if it happens once, you can defend to a certain point that probably was a mistake. But in this situation, this isn't the first time such thing is happening.
And therefore, the sanctions must apply to teach.
That is the point. That is exactly the point. And so, let's see how things unfold. I know for a fact, this man wouldn't just be soft as that. How they let him go, he felt the pain.
Because it was on unfortunate circumstances.
Yes.
If you realize, I cried out of from July 2023, then we saw them actually picking up and performing quite a little bit, although the performance was a slippery slope. But the terms and conditions that was put in was for him to come and help the club back on its feet. Yeah. And he was in the right place doing so. And then just when you watch match 2024, yes, Kofi.
And I thank God that he's a white man. I thank God he's a white man. It's not as if these white people do not easily understand certain things. Yeah. No, but they do not compromise. You signed me for 3 years. Unlawfully, you laid me off. You are going through every clause in the contract. That is right. And so if Atufo becomes the loser, $150,000.
I mean, it's already been declared that you have to pay.
Do you know how much that money can cater for the team? $150,000. But then, out of carelessness or out of, I do not know how to describe it. Na baby ye come team. Those people, those fans, in fact, I should use that way. Those loyal fans that are soliciting for fines to clear this debt. Me, my reason is very simple. If you do it today, they will do another one tomorrow for you to let the club suffer for this. That is all.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko's own, you mentioned that it's coming. Can you give us
something
a little bit? Give us a little
bit. They terminated one boy with the name J.O.
J.O.
They signed him for 2 years.
Just mention his name.
After about 2 months. In fact, he didn't even play a competitive game for Kumasi Asante.
But just mention his name. Tell us who that player is.
His name is J.O.
J.O.
with S-O-N ending.
J.O.
Johnson.
It's called Johnson. I know. I saw something like that on Facebook, and I said, this is our big guy, our big teams, right? So because I'm not much into Kumasi Asante Kotoko, so I couldn't pay much attention to it. But I know, so by all means, as Benito said, no, he's on his way coming. So by all means, we just get to this. And so when will this thing stop? I'm sure Benito said something. Said, don't they have a legal team that talks about this thing. But there's another problem that I have. Look at the signings that they are doing. Asofok is doing plenty signing. Koto was also doing plenty signing. Then you see at the end of the season, or maybe at the middle of the season, then they'll be terminating all these contracts. And now, the more you terminate the contract, the more you compensate and you pay everything that is in the contract. Now, I mean, my problem is the people leading the team. The people leading the team. They are Cambis and they'll do it. If they are using their own pocket money to pay these players now, I think these signings will come down. But because it's coming from up on internet, you pay nobody about near terminating. Because now it's becoming, as Benito said, the money is huge. Even when you play matches at a Clogsports stadium, how much is your income over there? How much is your income? The last time Asofok had a huge amount of money was when they sold this player, Sani Mohammed.
Yeah.
That was the last time they had huge amount of money. That money was very huge.
All right, so in a related event, this has actually led me to dig out a lot of things. And I found out that unlawful termination, it wasn't only the player called J.O. as he was talking about. There were 3 players that were terminated even before kicking a ball for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. There was a club communique that said that Kumasi Asante Kotoko is set to terminate the contract of 3 recruits players. That they call them 3 recruits players. One is Johnson Oponwusu, for winger formerly of Dreams FC. Benito, am I right?
No, but you are reading something. So
formerly of Dreams FC, who had a 2 years contract signed. He was his contract was terminated. And Inusa Adams, a winger formerly of Wafa, 3 years contract signed. And then they've terminated it. And then also Joseph Amwa, a left back and a defensive midfielder formerly of Legon Cities Football Club. We sat here and we talked about Joseph Amwa when he signed for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and we're talking about how it was going to firm up the club. But if you don't do your scouting properly, if you don't do your checks properly, why then do you sign a player and then just before the season starts, you just release them again? It's unfair. And then immediately you do that. Now you are set to now sign 4 players. In addition to this, it doesn't add up. What kind of mathematics are you doing? What kind of play are you playing? It's like Matra and Makwe. Signing contract with Matra and Makwe. It doesn't speak out right.
I have problem with the people doing recruitment for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It is as though the moment they hear we Koto we are and
yeah.
I do not know if that is their criteria. I can't tell. But I heard of one player in Musa Hamzata. He nearly joined Asofok. In fact, he's from Accra Lions.
He's from Accra Lions.
Yes. I asked myself, say, at this point in time,
the centre back, Musa Hamzata.
Yes, at this point, do they need him? I understand you are going for Africa.
Maybe you thought Sambo New was leaving to French, just to France, just as I should have said. And maybe his move was derailed. He's not moving anymore, so they are keeping him. I don't know what is going on there.
They should just be strategic with their signings. Yes, they be contract terminations and then issues of compensations. About football. The unfortunate aspect is that it is coming from the corridors of the so-called big clubs in the Ghana football. So if the head is even doing such things, how do you expect from the relatively smaller clubs? That is the major concern. And I've said this thing on so many occasions that the moment things are not done properly amongst the big clubs in our local league, it will be affecting the Ghana Premier League. It will be affecting Ghana football. Because at any point in time, if it is about Kumasi Asante Kotoko, since they have huge fan base, the crowd will be seen. If it's about Asofok, since they have huge fan base, the crowd will be seen. But here is the case, these 2 clubs, anyway, truth is, in the economical aspect, the moment an investor wants to invest something, let's say in Asofok, goes to the internet, starts reading about Asofok,
I mean, once you type hard hook, when a headache pops up first.
Yeah.
And so within every 2 months, you will be paying judgment debt. Every 2 months, compensation to this player, to this manager, to this. There is no proper investor that will invest his or her money into that business.
No.
You see, so in the wider picture, it will be affecting Ghana football negatively. I really remember the statement when these Qatari investors came around to Heart of Folk on this same platform. I said one thing, that a year for them to come, but how to maintain them with our own attitude. Only say it's less than a month. It's less than a month.
I mean, it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
We sat on this.
We started seeing glimpses of it. And the moment a new investor comes around and sees such that has been our problem.
Well, I have a list of 9 other players that Kotoko were in negotiations with and were about to sign. So we'll just go for a short commercial break. When I come back, we'll put it to bear and we'll see whether they are supposed to sign for the club. If you realize that they can sign you and then within 2 months out of a 3-year deal, then they'll bring you out. Let's go for this commercial break. When we come back, we'll show you more. Yes, and we are back. You are still on the Nation's Ultimate #1 Sports Show. Just before we went on a break, I told you that I'll be releasing some maybe breaking news. Some 9 players that Kotoko were in negotiations with and about to sign for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Some of them have been told that the deal is off at this particular moment, and so they are not going to sign for Kumasi Asante Kotoko anymore. And also, just as we were talking, we also received confirmation that some of them have actually also signed for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That is, so we'll be sharing with you. But before, let me just remind you that we are also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. When you go to YouTube and Facebook, you search for Clock TV, we'll be able to watch us live. In case you need to leave your TV set, you don't need to leave. Clogsports as well. I'm here with my panelists and we'll be doing these discussions together. Champion Benito, the champion of champions, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. We're just talking about the Kumasi Asante Kotoko one, but let us know your thoughts and your comments as well. 0500500421 is the number that you can text us on WhatsApp, I'll be kind enough to read the messages for you. And now let's go. We said Kumasi and Kotoko, they've terminated 3 contracts, as we talked about. Johnson Oponwusu, Inusa Adams, and Joseph Amwa. We talked about them, and then how you can sign players within the same transfer window and call them recruits, and then you just terminate their contract, even some of them before kicking the football for Kumasi and Kotoko. It remains to be seen whether investigation should actually go on into this particular one. That makes it a total of 18 players that Kumasi and Kotoko have let go in this particular transfer window alone. It's quite crazy, if I should say. But now let's look at the list of the players. Landlord and Benito, if you could help me. The first one is Walid Neymar Husseini, who is a central midfielder or attacking midfielder and a winger as well. Formerly of Inswatriman Football Club. He has been confirmed as to have signed for Kumasi and Kotoko. Just as we are speaking, Walid Neymar Husseini has signed. Musa Hamzata, we also talked about, the centre back formerly of Accra Lions, I should say. Almost a done deal. But now let's go on to the next person. Salim Adams, formerly of New Edubiasi Football Club in Accra to Folk. Salim Adams. Guys, let me hear your thoughts. You know Salim Adams very well.
Nana is a very good player. Position now he plays in, I think Kotoko has a lot. It's the same position that Emmanuel Entry plays, Baba, Yaya plays. So, and now, do you know the problem? I think, Benito was saying something, but let me chip in before I'll come. In Europe, there are some players that they say, I wish I could play for this team.
Yeah.
So let me give you a typical example. Musiala playing for Bayern Munich. His dream is to play for FC Barcelona. So as he is at Bayern Munich, he's concentrating at playing at Bayern Munich. So Benito was saying something, say if Kotoko goes to want to buy Nanaya, you see that Hasselfolk too says I want to buy Nanaya. So it is for the player
to decide
who is going to play for. And you know very well, say when you go to Accra Hasselfolk, but when you go to Kotoko, the chance of you playing is very high. But because he has love for Accra Hasselfolk, he will go there, but he will not think about his career, say playing time. That's what is worrying the Ghanaian players a lot, especially those playing in the local league. So many transfers that's happening now. You have to choose. Right now, as I sit here,
you have to choose a club that maybe matches your playing time.
As I sit here, if there's an opportunity for me to go, one, I'll think about my chances of me talking as I sit here, talking, playing, having my freedom and those kind of stuff. Freedom of seeing with my loyalty brothers. You see how it goes. So I have to think first, but our people doesn't think like that. So for Salim Adams, he's a very good player. By all standards,
very good player.
Very good. For him going to Kumasi and Kotoko, Emmanuel Entry, Baba Yaya, said Kojo, Betty, a lot of players. But he will say it's my dream to play for Kumasi and Kotoko. What's that dream? When they go out within 2 weeks, they can terminate your dream.
Well, let's talk about the other players. Let me run quickly through the list, Benito. I'll have your comments about that. Joseph Enchiduku, striker formerly of Dreams FC as well. And then also Samuel Senwonjo. He's a Ugandan player. He plays for Express Football Club in Uganda. He was actually part of the Ugandan Chan national team that they actually competed in this particular tournament that is ongoing. Kumasi and Kotoko are also negotiating with him. Derek Fojo, upon hearing what we are talking about, has actually said the deal is off. Derek Fojo, winger of Mediama Sporting Club, he's now going to Karela United. We just received confirmation about that to sign for Karela, Derek Fojo. Then we have Evans Osei-Wusu, a winger and attacking midfielder, formerly of FC Samatex 1996. Also, just after hearing our communications and conversations about the terminations and all that, which we have been talking about and hammering for some time. And now he's also saying that he's not going to Kumasi and Kotoko anymore. He's now also going to Karela to sign for them. Frank Amankwaya, also a defensive midfielder and central midfielder of BBN Gold Stars. Due off, he's going to be Chem United to sign for them. And we have Sadat Mohammed, defensive midfielder, formerly of Inswatriman Football Club. I'm sure you guys know him as well. Sadat Mohammed, negotiations ongoing. Alidu Mohammed, also formerly of Lagos Cities, negotiations ongoing. Sadiq Al Hassan, defensive midfielder and a central midfielder, also of Nations FC. negotiations ongoing. So when you look at, as you mentioned, you have Baba Yaya, you have Seth Kojo, we have Lord Hilary Adabo, we have Emmanuel Entry, all of them, and then Hubert Joe, and 5 midfielders are actually in negotiations to sign for your club. Just when you've actually let go of 3 other players just after signing them. You sign players for 2 years, you let them go after 1 month or after 2 months, or after 2 weeks even.
Anyway, it is not as though I am doubting your sources, but technically, I think that they just want to test waters with these things. Because as we rightly did, if you have as many as 5 midfielders within every game, in every game, we can ask James and then those coaches. In every game, you can't use more than 3 midfielders in every game, irrespective of the system or the style you are playing.
Maybe at most 4 injuries.
Yes.
And maybe, let's say 5 if it comes to West.
But even with that, you should have midfielders with different roles.
Yes.
You get my point? Yes. So you can't have, let's say, 3 defensive midfielders in one game.
No.
You can't have, let's say, 3 attacking midfielders in one game.
No.
You can define roles for each of them. And so if you have as many as 7 midfielders combined with attacking midfielders role and defensive midfielders role, yet you are still in the market searching for these players. Technically, it doesn't make sense. That is why I said that I do not want to believe all these stories. Maybe they are trying to test waters. No one can convince me on this planet that Salim Adams will play for Kumasi Asante Kotoko within this shortest time. No. Because right after he stayed with Accra Sofu, he went to, is it Cyprus or a place?
Yes.
His return. He's not coming to play for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Well, let me run up by saying that these players have been spotted at the Adakujechi training complex at Ejiso. Yes, so these are players that have actually gone there and are being scouted.
It isn't a news because for whoever that is a player that plays in our local league aims to play either at the Champions League level or the Confederations Cup. And so far as Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be playing the Confederations, it would entice every other local player to join them. It becomes attractive to every local player. But truth is, we are dealing with a team and talking about team conditioning. Players are I do not know where exactly they will fit or they will be playing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Agreed. You need to augment the team. I understand. But here, young listening, Kotoko, they are carrying players. Bebre Omar, to me, technically, tactically, they are better than players. We can do that thing. I mean, from 1 to let's say 7 or 9,
all of them.
Okay.
If not all of them.
So you know what? Because of time, let's just.
Sadek Al-Hassan as a defensive midfielder or central midfielder. The Sadek Al-Hassan I've seen at Nations FC. He can never outplay
Lord Hilary Adams.
Yes.
That's another discussion on the
what is the importance of signing him? That is why I'm saying that.
Probably because you're trying to sign him to weaken another team's chances of signing him.
If that is your mindset, you tend to become Pep Guardiola. About top best player just to weaken his opponent. No, about bench. Ryan Cherky by his own.
Sisi Anisika say no anything that Arsenal team sign.
Yes. Victor Bukares money.
That's like sign. Anyway, that's another discussion. We'll be getting into the foreign sports very soon. And let's talk about Chan. The semi-finals were in place. Senegal were hopeful that they were going to qualify to the finals. They were playing and they were leading by a 0-0 against Morocco. But unfortunately, Morocco equalized. Unfortunately for Senegal, I should say, Morocco equalized and then they won 5-3 on penalties. We have the highlights of all the Chan semi-finals for you. Don't go anywhere. Sit back and relax. in the semi-finals of the Chan competition that's actually going on, and then so we are always also looking forward to the final, which is going to take place between Morocco and Madagascar. It's going to be an interesting one. Morocco-Madagascar Chan finals. So we all thought that maybe the names of Nigeria, the names of Senegal were going to go into the final, but unfortunately, a team like Madagascar, where their league is not really well known, has now come and then have made it to the final. So it remains to be seen.
I felt enough grief in my heart when you were mentioning names that could probably make to the finals.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Ghana.
Oh, I mean, where are Ghanaian leagues at the moment?
Because yes, that is why I said you see where we've gotten to.
I mean, just a few years ago, I remember Yaya Mohammed winning the Chan for Ghana.
In fact, factually, we've not been able to qualify in the last 5 years. And you see how
since Yaya Mohammed lifted, you understand?
Madagascar is playing the final.
He's now a coach. In fact, Yaya Mohammed is now a coach.
But let's say the better. Let's say the attention away from the Chan and then Ghana football.
But quick one on this.
Yes.
You see, there's something we call orientation. Right from the beginning of the game, I saw that thing in the Moroccans.
Yeah.
It is not by fluke. That is why they are called the whites of Africa. The Tunisians, the Egyptians, the Moroccans. I believe I don't want be entirely different.
System
maybe that is how you would describe it. But truth is, see pure resilience. They knew it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yet, I didn't know what free kick, you said offset, that Piama number 11, that is the black mentality. Yes. But see how they organize themselves, and eventually they are through to the final. Even though it will be a mismatch, because if Madagascar plays Morocco at the final, on paper, everything will favor the Moroccans. But hey, right after Ahmad Ahmad, as he was able to become the CAF president and do stuff.
Yeah.
These Madagascans, they've changed everything about their football.
Yeah.
Not football alone. Their sports in general. And so we are all waiting for that particular final. I'm hoping that it wouldn't be as easy as many of us.
No, at all.
Think.
Not at all. If you watch Madagascar and how they actually,
if you are mentioning the names, you will say, "Oh, and you say Morocco for they will be runaway winners." Yeah. But if you properly watched how this side, that is Madagascar, they played in this tournament. It wouldn't be an easy game.
It wouldn't be an easy game. Definitely, it's not going to be an easy game for any of the teams at all. And now let's turn our attention to European football. We'll go straight to Manchester, where Ruben Amorim is under scrutiny. Let me now compare his last 29 games to the last 29 games of, let's say, Gary Neville, who we actually all said he was very terrible at Valencia. And now let's compare Ruben Amorim's last 29 games. Let's look at the stats. He's played 29. He won 28 points. He has more points than losses. Now let's go to his last 2 matches in the Premier League. He's lost 1 and he's drawn 1. Now when you count the number of losses, 15 losses in 29 games. 15 losses, 29 games. Won 7, drawn 7. Where is he going for Manchester United?
So with the number of games played and the number of points accumulated,
the number of points are less than the number of games played.
Also less. So out of a possible 84 points,
out of a possible 84,
you got 29.
28.
Missing out about 55.
Yeah.
55.
Hey! Manchester United. Duos Manchester United. In fact, terrible is understatement.
Yeah. Horrible.
And
landlord,
I should say, this man, Ruben Amorim, he performed very well as Sporting CP.
Yes.
And
he last Champions League game.
Yes, maybe that was a standard. Because and do you know the most painful aspect of it? They thought that maybe their players were not up to that task, and so they've recruited so-called quality players. Yet with Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, after game week 2, none of them have scored a goal. It makes the situation more deteriorating. And if you're a Manchester United fan,
should I tell you one damning stat of Manchester United?
Bring
this
it out.
particular season.
Manchester United on the Bama.
This particular season, landlord. Fulham have scored more goals for Manchester United than Manchester United.
Yes, you are factually right. Yes,
Fulham for Manchester United. Fulham
yes,
has scored more goals for Manchester United than Manchester United.
Yes, because the game against Fulham, it was an own goal.
It was a long goal. And they played 2 games. They scored one goal.
Of which it was an own goal.
goal.
I think that maybe the revival of Manchester United this season would come weekend against Burnley.
Someone is
Michael, so
no,
from today,
once it is Spurs, we'll come to them soon.
so then I think for what I saw, what he said, I said it's a big blow. How can you say your team is not even ready for you? How can you even say that?
But he's facing reality.
Yeah, I mean sometimes
the coach is facing reality.
Tactics need a bit my tactics need now they are cool.
The coach is facing reality because you wouldn't just expect a team that played 16 last season
to go qualify in Europe. But for Manchester United's caliber, you think that is why we've spent 80 million on Benjamin Sesko. That's why we spent 60 million on Brian Mbeumo. That's why we spent 60 million on
what the coach just did. He wants to ease certain pressure and burden from his team. And I commend him for that.
For what he said.
Yes, he is a wonderful psychologist.
For what he said.
Yes, he wants to prepare the heart of every Manchester United fan not to have shock. Yes.
Okay.
Because until the end, Momo is here and I remember
I think I agree with you. It was a good tweet.
PR work, yes.
Yeah.
Even but then when we're talking about the status of Manchester United, but you do not expect a team from 16 to win the English Premier League.
I mean, or to be in the top half of the Premier League. We understand.
So, coach,
we'll take that with a pinch of salt, but we also understand. And now let's talk about the player of the week. In this particular one, we have about a lot of players on display for you. We have the likes of Jurrien Timber, who scored 2, assisted 1. We have Darren Anthony of Burnley, who actually scored in their victory against Sunderland. That is. We have Jack Grealish. We have Victor Gyökeres, who is back in scoring form for Arsenal. We have Rio Ngumoha on Monday Night Football. The 16-year-old boy showed brightest on the Monday night when Liverpool needed a goal to salvage a win. Dango Ouattara. We have João Paulinho, who stood in the middle of the park strong for Tottenham against Man City. And we have João Pedro, Chelsea's new recruit who never stops scoring. And we have Jurrien Timber, as I mentioned earlier. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Player of the week.
It's nice seeing players of the week. Arsenal has 2 players. Chelsea is in there. Liverpool is in there. Everton is in there. I could see Jack Grealish in there. But let me.
Man, not there again. Let me just tell you. I'm just saying,
they can't be there.
Because at the end of the season, they come out and say that Bruno, the best player.
Bruno never come.
He's going.
He's on the verge of leaving the club.
And that's what I want to talk about.
But Lando, not to cut you short. It's not as if we are making mockery of Manchester United.
No,
we are bringing to light their real state.
Where they are, where Manchester United is at the moment, when you are talking about, I had the whole kind newspaper, no, because who didn't attend, but the whole kind newspaper.
Yes, we are just bringing to light their real status.
So the real state of Manchester United.
Yes. It's not as if we are making mockery, and there is no way you can be reading hilarious stories and not laughing. That is the instance of Manchester United. Oh, kind of story was mentioned. Until the come man, you are 7 years now. Why?
Now they have a feeling so they will come back. It's like having a fight with a guy person Kent Teixeira. That's what Manchester United is doing. They are saying Kent Teixeira. So now let me talk about the Liverpool young chap that
Rio Ngumoha.
Tima Ngomo.
60 years.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, he has a Nigerian descent.
Yes.
Africa for now normally here.
So now, if you watch this guy age 60 years, no all should go this, you could see that he didn't grow your crew masi.
Oh, there.
He'll be 17 come Friday.
Just as you mentioned, Bruno Fernandes is open to leaving Manchester United. So we are bringing that to bear. Fulham are also talking about transfers. Fulham are also on the verge or negotiating to sign Samuel Chukwueze from AC Milan. So that's another one. Samuel Chukwueze,
is it a
the Nigerian winger.
Okay.
Chukwueze, left-footed winger.
It's good.
Fulham are looking forward to adding him. So it remains to be seen whether we'll get here we go very soon or Apeke, as I usually say it. Now, when the transfers are, if you watch my YouTube videos, you realize that they say Apeke and it comes to pass. Apeke. So Apeke, Amano, and I say Apeke, gets to see. Now, Adidas has also, well, before Adidas, let's talk about Lucas. That's Lucas of Real Madrid. He's now
Lucas
Vasquez. He's going to Bayer Leverkusen. It's been Apeke Amano into his year. He signed for Bayer Leverkusen, wear the number 21 shirt, and he's a very good addition to their squad. Very but one thing about Bayer Leverkusen is that when that's Bruno Fernandes, we talked about him, he's almost on his way, or he's on his way out of Manchester United. Should everything go according to plan in this particular transfer window, Bruno Fernandes may not be a Manchester United player. Manchester United will go back to square one. So it means to be.
And a quick one on Bruno. I think Okwa, sorry to use this word, he's a hypocrite. He can't. Yes. He's a hypocrite.
We are on the same page.
Because Anna, your team is down right now. So you need to fight fatigue.
Ronaldo cried by
Oh, no. Relax.
Ronaldo have different explanations.
Ronaldo has played for United before. He did it. He went to Madrid. He feels like maybe I started from this place. I'm coming back.
Man City were going to buy Ronaldo, and then Man United said, "Oh, don't worry, we are."
So for me personally, I think he will be a hypocrite if he goes, because United look at the penalty he played over the weekend. So I think he has to stay. He has to stay and fight.
My explanation differs from Landlord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why I think he would be a hypocrite, or I wouldn't want to use this. Let me use the hypocrisy now. You had opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia for a bumper deal. You rejected. Said you love Manchester United to that level that you can't leave, and after rejecting that money, anyway, someone just sent to me, my wonderful brother, who says Manchester United will be playing Grimsby Town today. Yes, in the FA Cup. No, Carabao, the English Football Cup.
Yes. So, yes.
I'm saying, Grimsby Town.
No, but you know, Grimsby and Manchester United are like serious rivals.
Yes.
In UK, when you go to the town, Grimsby,
but on the scale,
they are once you enter the town with a Manchester United jersey, once you are they'll lynch you to death.
I think they have to disown their team.
Anyway, but they'll be really difficult. There'll not be any pushovers, because Grimsby, their dream is to play Manchester United.
Yes.
And let's see what happens. Now, let's look at Adidas releasing the 2025 Men and Women's Champions League. But we want you to have a look at that beautiful. Ooh.
I love the lion figure in it. Yes. That lion figure in it. I just like it.
It's when I asked now Bebwaji Champions League, and I said Real Madrid never Bebwaji.
And I think there are certain things you need to be very careful when you sit here. Our viewers. How can you say that?
But landlord, do not waste your breath. Let's wait for tomorrow. The official draw for the league phase will be done. So because that lion, I bet say Arsenal for now. That lion not down. The man the end that.
On the left side. Yes. Interesting one there. Now let's look at Al Nassr as they've unveiled their new kit. The beautiful kits, the black and grey kits. Just there, so let's look at Al Nassr kits.
It's really nice.
Wow.
Yes, it's really nice.
Wow.
It's as though many of the clubs releasing black-like jerseys this season.
Chelsea black and grey. Chelsea's jersey is also very nice.
Exactly. Nti HOD we dey open bi my me no a.
Oh, we the Macrebi into a better version. The original player like Jesse. Yes.
Fantastic.
So
I just want my name at the back and landlord waiting 99. You know my number is
landlord
99.
99.
Yeah, you know my number is 99. So.
Please let us show us in the studio shaking up and then
yes.
saying that we are picking it.
Fantastic.
But just note what my last words now.
So we're coming back. Today is Wednesday, so we'll be coming back on Friday. That's all.
We'll be coming back Friday on time. I'll take care of it. Landlord.
Well, my last word, I just want to advise a brother. As a young man, when you're going, just humble yourself.
Yes.
Because if you don't humble yourself, some of your salaries might block. So just humble yourself. So the person knows himself. So humble yourself. If you humble, God will lift you up.
Also, let me give you a handshake for that one. Yes, this is how we wrap up Clogsports. It's been a fun, exciting time. Join us on Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. We'll be bringing you all the deals that are going on. Transfer deadline day live. We'll be bringing it for you. Also, all your comments, all your thoughts. Today we will not be able to read them for you, but then on Friday we'll bring them back and then we'll read it for you. Let us know that where you're watching us from and what you think about the show. Keep your comments coming in. Keep the fire coming. Keep the vim coming in. That's how we wrap up sports today on Clogsports, your ultimate #1 sports show. Thanks to my producer. Thanks to Joe, the accurate timekeeper. Thanks to John for social media, thanks to the cables man and Jewel and the likes, Melissa in the studio and all that, Erica, all of them, I see you. Thank you very much for bringing it to the fore. Massive following, another person, Michael.
Yes.
Very
Fantastic guy.
As well. So this is how we wrap up today's sports show. Arrivederci, we'll see you.